basically came back to Lagos for GTCO Fashion Week. But seeing the amount of individual human being that is in this space, it's giving me anxiety. But like, that's a whole lot of people. Where did they come from? Alright, I have to sit down. I can't find my bus rider, so let me just sit here and wait for him. My hand hurts.
That's why I start driving down there. It's I have airport trip around 12 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So, and I've been driving since 4 a.m.
Wait, since 4 a.m.?
Yes, I've been driving since 4 a.m.
Are you serious?
That's all this. A lot of people are making order, you understand? A lot of people are looking for
where to go and who to pick them.
Understand? So, and who to pick them. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Most especially on Sundays. Sunday is quite expensive.
Arrest. Hey love gangs, hope you're well and welcome to a new vlog. And if this is your first time seeing me, please subscribe to my channel. I just want to kind of talk you through the vlog that I just edited. I don't think it's as detailed as it should, but just a quick summary. Go back to Lagos, went to GTCO Fashion Week. I think you already saw that because I came down to Lagos a day before GTCO Fashion Week ends. I personally did that because I wanted to go for the last day of GTCO Fashion Week. I wanted to see what it looks like. The next day, I went for GTCO Fashion Week. The next morning, everything scattered. When I wanted to come to Lagos, I knew that I didn't want to stay with family. I didn't want to stay with relatives and all. I wanted my own space. So what I did was I reached out to someone I know that is an influencer online and all. I reached out to her because that period she just got a new space. And I asked her, please, I want to know how you got your space. And also she gave me an agent's number. I reached out to the agent, finished speaking with the agent and all. He was like, he was going to help me find somewhere and all. So he just kept sending me different houses. I wasn't okay with it. At some point, I heard about sublet. I don't know if people know what sublet is, but sublet is you pay someone to stay in his or her space for like a year, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like 6 months. Depends on what the agreement is. But you could just pay someone to just stay in their space. So in that way, you're getting a bed. It's just giving a hotel vibe. At that point, I was like, okay, I think sublet is going to be the best way out. Let me get a sublet space so I could just pay the person for like 1 year so that by next year, which is now 2026, because I got my space in 2025, so that by next year, 2026, maybe November, December, I will just find my own space. By that time, I'm already in Lagos. I already know my way around. I can take my time to find something I genuinely love, which was what I did. I spoke with the girl. She told me that she won't be in her space for a while, that her work is somewhere in the mainland, right? Initially they told me that her work was somewhere in Ibadan, so she's not even in Lagos at that point. Then later she told me it was on the mainland. You know, the whole thing just kept moving, and by that time I already paid. The story was that she doesn't want to lose her space by the time she's back to Lagos Island to work, so that she doesn't want to start house hunting. So she needs someone that was just going to be in her space for the meantime, so that by the time she comes back, she gets back her house and everything. So I was happy that I could do that. So I paid for the space, and you go know that Lagos apartment is not cheap. So let's not even go to that side. I paid, took up the space. Fast forward to me moving in, she came, welcomed me and all. So I was feeling welcomed. And then after some time, she left the house. But then I think she maybe went to her friend's place or went to somewhere. She stayed there for a while and then came back. This was not the agreement. The agreement was that I'm going to be taking this space for the meantime. So at that point, it was looking like we were literally in this space, like, both of us. And all of you know I do remote roles, like I was working in marketing. So it was a remote role. I'm always at home. I'm working from home. And she's always at home. So both of us were literally in that room. And you know how, I don't know how to explain this whole thing. So I was like, okay, let me just stay here till September and, my plans come to life, or my vision or my dream come to life. And I move out of this space. Like, I'm just coming out from university. And by that time, I already took my money because I My family got like a new phone as graduation gift. I got the camera I'm using to film. And you know, these things are not cheap. So me coming to tell them, okay, this girl is back to her house, please, I need a space, was not reasonable at that time. So I just calmed down because let me just stay here and figure out myself. Then I could just like move to a new space. But like I said, after I came back to Lagos, went to GT Go Fashion Week the next morning, because like I'm subletting, I was using her gas, I was using a lot of things. A lot happened. Just know that that morning a lot happened. I wanted to use the gas. She was like, we're not going to use the gas in the room. We had to go to the general kitchen and all and all and all. But just to cut the story short here, we had a misunderstanding. Not like a misunderstanding because like we never quarreled, but then she said this was how it was going to be done. And I said, this is not how I want this to be done. I was like, girl, come on. You can't keep staying here. Like, I know that there's a lot of things I'm planning towards and I'm hoping they come to life before I get my own space. But that morning, it was just so obvious that I can't keep staying there since she's already back to her space. And one thing I told myself that I was never, normally, I did not even share my apartment in school, in as much as like during the ending of that's if you've been watching me from when I was in uni, during like the last year of my 500 level, I shared my space with my friend. It was out of my choice to share my space with her. I wasn't forced. It wasn't like, a lot of things. But one thing I had in mind after graduation was that I've graduated, I'm not going to share space again. I'm not going to have anything to do with a roommate anymore. So she coming back to that room, staying in that room, was making me so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know how to explain this. I was so uncomfortable. I never felt like I was in a space. I was just feeling like I was standing outside all the time. Like, it was just an awkward moment coming back, seeing someone. First of all, I never did a room tour or anything when I moved into that space because I knew it was not my space. I just subletted and paid for a year. Do you understand? So I never did anything because I was respecting her space. I don't know if you understand. But then she coming back to stay there even made me more uncomfortable. I could not film again. I could not, like, it was just a whole lot. And then we fell out. Like, we had a little back and forth that morning because I was trying to confront some things and then, like, it just went south. So she was like that she doesn't want us to quarrel. I told her, me too, I don't want to quarrel with anybody. That what is going to happen is that if I don't want to stay in her space again since she's here, that she can balance me up so that I'll just, get somewhere else. So yeah, that conversation, I think she was angry that maybe I asked for a refund or something. And then she was like, okay, that she's going to balance me. She sent my money that evening. And she came into the room with some people to like ask me to go out that night. So we started like, trying to figure things out. I spoke to the people she came into the room with, we talk. I told them I came to the house on the 18th. Therefore, I'm going to be leaving on the 18th. Guys, I'm so uncomfortable where I am, like trying to film this video. I don't know if you can notice, but this is the new space I took. And in this compound, there's 3 available spaces, 2 rooms self-con, like one room self-con. There are 2, and then 1 room and parlor self-con. So I just came to kind of supervise the workers, and I was like, okay, let me just talk to you guys. Because one thing with me, I just love respecting people's space. You will never catch me filming people's space. Like all this while I've been in my uncle's house, the parlor is very comfortable, like everywhere is so comfortable, and I love how much they are showing me love and attention. But I've never filmed there because I feel like this is just me putting some people's family out there, and it's so wrong. So I've never filmed. So I'm just filming here because, one, nobody owns this room yet, and everywhere is just quiet. Do you understand? In as much as there are people walking on the other side of the building. So I was like, let me just film here. So back to this story I was telling you guys. She came in with people and they were like, I have to leave that night. So the man was like, no. She now said, oh, okay, I have to leave tomorrow morning. It was just a lot of back and forth. And we're like, I told her that I came in on the 18th. Therefore, I'm going to be leaving on the 18th. Mind you, this thing was happening, I think, on the 8th of May. A lot of back and forth with the 4 people in the room, plus myself, plus herself. We had an agreement that I was going to be leaving the house on the 18th. So she balanced me. She already balanced me before then. So I was set on a marathon to find a space in Lagos in 10 days. 10 freaking days. people know how hard it is to find a good house, especially for someone like me that have a very high taste. Like, guys, my taste is crazy. Honestly, I don't have the taste of a normal person. Like, I have a very, very high taste. So imagine someone like me trying to find something I like in 10 days. Like, this is not even something that is feasible in 1 month, 2 months, talk more of 10 days. But yeah, we set out on the marathon of trying to find a house. I was looking everywhere. My phone alarm, self-evaluation. So yeah, I was looking everywhere. I reached out to more than 5 agents. Everybody was taking me to different places. I filmed a couple of places which I'm going to insert in this video. I'm beginning to house on. Let's head out. Yeah. I love how quiet this is. Okay, no, I never thought. I hope I wouldn't have to climb that stairs. I'm so tired. I think the elevator is not working again, so I have to use the stairs. That's annoying. Like, you can see how dark it is that you're not seeing anything anymore. Hi, mirror. Guys, catch you later. Bye. Is this the compound? Are you serious? So we're going upstairs now to. I just hit my head. So we're going upstairs now to check out the space. Yep. It's that it has a balcony. Yeah, I'm on the ready in 8 days. This thing now. And I love the tiles. I like the fact that the tiles is white. So this would have been a perfect place, but I doubt it is going to be ready in the amount of days I need it. Lagos State and tiny steps. This same part is ready. Even for here, keep it on I like the bedroom. So they are going to work on this now, obviously. How about River Niger, David? Another person property. I prefer this one than that first one I checked. Hey, and not two window. This is an extra window aside the actual kitchen window. The tiles are white. I love the space of the kitchen. The kitchen was equivalent to the one room I saw that they told me 800k. That was how the size of this kitchen is the size of the room I saw for 800k. So this is really amazing, to be honest. I love the kitchen cabinets, guys. I love here. I love how high the roof is. The roof is high, but then there's still work going on. I don't know if I can wait for this amount of time to be able to move in. All right, bye bye.
Hello. Are you parking at my
Yes. Abi?
Yes.
Guys, feel so unreal. I really want to cry.
And one thing that saved me was I wrote out the things I wanted in a house. I wanted a very clean compound and a clean house. I wanted a house that is actually very clean. I wanted a house that is spacious so I can do content. And I still wanted a house that will fall between the price range of 1.5 to 2M. I didn't want it to exceed 2M. But after dozens of house survey or like house, whatever it is, house hunting, I think that's the right word. I checked about 15 house, and then when I got to the 12th one was when I decided I'm going to increase my price to 2 point something. Like I actually increased my price. I was like, okay, let me see if I can see something I like within 2 points. And that was when they started taking me to places that made sense. I finally found one that I really loved, but the price of the house was, I think, 2.3, and continuous rent was 1.8 continuous, but like when you're moving in, it was like 2.3. Mind you, this is a 1-bedroom apartment. I went home and we decided I was going to be paying on a Monday, which was the 18th, the day I was supposed to leave that girl's house. That morning, I got dressed, went with my uncle to pay for the house, and he was like that another agent called him and was like, we should see a particular place. Initially, I wanted to say, no, let's just go and pay for the one that we saw, because I was tired of seeing rubbish that was too expensive. I made up my mind already that I'm not paying for any other thing, that I would just pay for the one I really liked. I got there, I was wowed. That was a 1-room and parlor, and this was the best I've seen so far. The road was not as good as the other one I wanted to pay for, and the price was obviously higher because this is now a 1-room and parlor. But this 1-room and parlor, one, it had everything. The compound was clean. Everything I had aside good road, it had everything. And even the road that was not good, it was good. Like, it was okay. It's not as terrible as Lagos road. Mind you, I'm checking these houses in rainy season, so I've seen how bad it can get. So it was fair. The road was fair, but every other thing I wanted was ticked off. It was spacious. It was a new house. I'm not going to use a toilet that was used by someone else. That was just the highest thing I considered. It's 1-bedroom and parlor, so it was obviously more expensive than the 1.7 to 2 point something I planned. It was way higher, but I don't mind. I saw something I genuinely loved, and the fact that they were still working on it, like they've not done the wardrobe of the house. So I really started planning on how I'm going to arrange the house. They've not done the wardrobe, so I really had in mind the exact wardrobe I wanted. I spoke to the carpenter, and he was like, okay, I can send a style. That the landlord did not give him any particular style for the wardrobe. I was glad. Even for the kitchen cabinet, it was not done. So I just had things in plans that I wanted to do with this space. I paid immediately. Don't ask me how I raised that money. My mother has seen shege, my family, everybody. But I paid the money immediately for that space, and that was it, guys. I don't know, but I feel like this house is a miracle. In as much as it now stressed me at some point, I kept checking the house back and forth. You know, they told me 8 days. That 8 days became 1 month plus. Like, I was so stressed, and I'm not used to staying in people's space. I don't know, but I'm not used to staying in people's space. So being in my uncle's place, the only good part of being in my uncle's place is that he had a wonderful wife. Nobody was calling my name in that house. Nobody disturbed me for 1 day. I'm going to be moving into my house by next week Wednesday, because today is Saturday. So in like 3 days from now, I'm going to be moving into my space, and I have stayed there for literally 1 month, and nobody called me. I do the things I want to do. They know I'm working, so nobody's stressing me. And then I still contribute to the house chores as much as I can do. Like, they just allowed me be an adult and allowed me to do my things. Like, I feel so grateful for her wife and for my uncle as well. I was so happy that that was where I stayed instead of like any of my other uncle place or auntie's place. So I was so grateful that at least they accommodated me in their best way. But the house stressed me because like 8 days turned to 1 month and all. But I'm actually grateful for the journey. It was heartbreaking. It was, I don't know how to explain it. Losing your space in the blink of an eye and being asked to leave that day, like leave the room that day. I was very close to sleeping under the bridge, because imagine I didn't have an uncle in Lagos. Where would I have gone? Where exactly would I have gone? So it was actually crazy. I was so down, but I was still trying to edit content, post online. At some point, I ran out of the whole content I had. I had nothing remaining. There was nothing remaining. So I had to just disappear for like 2 weeks because, like I said, that house was being done for like 1 month plus, but I was posting for the other 2 weeks. So I've disappeared for 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, now there is no reason to keep taking excuse. I'm going to film this video here, edit it, post it tomorrow. Then by next week Sunday, before the next vlog day or post day come, I've already moved into my house. I have more space, I have more time and energy to do whatever I want to do with my content. So guys, if you're seeing this video, make sure you like, comment, share to someone, because like it took me, I had to cross the river to get this video ready for you guys. I'm not even kidding. I had to cross the ocean. River is small. I'm crossing the ocean to get this video to you guys. But yeah, that was just a small update of why I disappeared and what has been happening in my life. And I'm grateful. I'm really grateful I took this space, because like yesterday I came here, everything was looking different. You needed to see the way I was screaming. I was like, ah! My house was so cute. This is actually my first big girl apartment, and I don't regret paying for it, regardless of it was above my budget. The only thing is that I now have to work hard, guys. I will work my ass off, because by the next rent, I am not going to ask my mother for 5 naira. I am going to raise this money by myself. I am going to work and make sure that this money is raised, and I'm not going to do any wrong stuff to get this money. I would try to make money the right way. So if you've been watching my content and you've never taken me serious, this is time for you to take me serious. This is time to reach out to brands that you know, marketing managers, marketing leads that you know, tell them about me. Give me work. I am capable to do it. And you know, like, I am very capable for all these things. So guys, I'm counting on you guys, your support, your love, your care. Share my video to someone. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking too much, but I'm off to go back home. And I will most likely see you guys in the next vlog, okay? My camera is 2%, so I think it's going to go off anytime soon. So I just have to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for your love, for your support, for your care, for your attention. And house hunting in Lagos is the real ghetto. When I say ghetto, like it's ghetto. But yeah, glory to God that the phase has ended in glory. It has ended in glory. But yeah, I think we need to do an actual chit chat, but maybe some other time. See you in the next vlog. The next vlog will most likely be an empty apartment tour. I'm going to be showing my house, what it looks like. My big girl apartment. Bye.